Alright, so hi everyone. I'm Brian. I'm going to talk a little bit today about the FIFA 11 Plus program. Has anyone heard of the FIFA 11 Plus program before? Yeah? Do you know anything about it?
We did it for our soccer athletes for preconditioning.
Okay, so you have some experience with it?
Yeah.
Alright, so do you know what it's used for, what its purpose is?
They used it for strengthening and getting in shape for agilities and stuff.
Okay, so that's one thing that's used for is improving athletic performance. It's also used for an athletic training standpoint as injury prevention. There's a lot of good evidence saying that it helps prevent injuries, specifically to the lower extremity. And specific to soccer athletes, there's not much research on anything other than soccer athletes. So I brought with me some handouts for you. This is a poster that's on the FIFA 11 Plus. It's just going through the whole program, and we're going to run through this today. Just a miniature version. It would be a lot bigger to set up on an actual field, but given our space limitations, we're going to do it this way. So as you can see on your sheet, it's broken up into 3 phases, or 3 parts. The first part is low intensity running, a little bit of jumping, and some low intensity cutting. And the second phase is more strengthening exercises, core stability, proprioception, and then the last one is more full speed running. Is there any questions so far? No? Okay. So all we're going to do today is I'm going to run you through it and show you how it can be used, how it's used, and hopefully by the end of this you'll be able to either implement it in its entirety or implement some of it as into your team's warm-ups.
Yeah.
So you guys can actually come down on this end. The first part of this phase 1 would be just a jog through. It's a 20-yard. Normally it's 20 yards. This is maybe 7. You just jog down and back. I'm not going to have you do that because you guys know how to jog.
Yeah.
Okay. The next part of it would be, I prefer my sheet, would be what they call it hip out. I call it open the gate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this motion. So we're just going to run through and do it all together.
Okay, sounds good.
This way we can experience what our athletes go through as they're going through it.
Now, would you just use this for soccer players?
The elements of it can be used for any sport. You then would jog back to the beginning.
Okay.
Can be used for any sport, but all the research on how well it can be done is specific to soccer.
Okay.
So, yeah. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah, cool.
The next one, after you open the gate, you got to close it. So, you're going to do hip in this time. And so what you're doing is you're looking at specifically the lower extremity, that their hip, knee, and ankle are in one line. Right? It's big on making sure that mechanics are performed well, and that's really where the injury prevention comes from. So if you're just kind of letting your athletes do it, and you or your coaches aren't focusing on is it done right, they're not going to get all the same benefits of it. So following that, we did hip in. Next, you do circling your partner. So I'll have you guys do it.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you're going to stand. So if McCall's my partner, right, I'm just going to kind of go in a circle around McCall.
And I just stay
And
here?
you just stand there and you
Okay.
switch.
Okay. So you're going to try?
Yeah, so we do like some shuffling
You
or
have
is it?
kind of like a shuffle in front. You're always facing forward.
Oh,
You're
okay.
just kind of shuffling around. Yeah.
I don't want to step
Do
on
you
the
go
stone.
Yeah.
each direction?
Yep, each direction.
Okay, let's do it back. Yeah.
Yep. McCall, you know, right.
Yeah, sure. So, and just,
Yeah. And so
and then
again,
you go there.
yep. And we're looking for, your balance, your weight centered over your leg, your hips over your knee, your knees over your ankle.
Yeah.
The same concept kind of is prevalent through the whole thing.
Okay.
After that, you're going to do a jumping shoulder contact. So when you perform this one, you start the first cone, you're going to jump up, kind of bump shoulders, land, and then accelerate out to the end of the cone.
So I start here?
Yeah, so then you two are going to,
Closer.
yeah, you're going to jump up, kind of bump shoulders, don't hit your head.
I don't think I
I don't know.
Okay.
I might hit her head, but.
Yeah. So you're going to jump up and tap shoulders, then you
And
run,
then you
run
sprint?
through. Yep.
Okay,
Oh,
let's try it again. So I just run through or she does too?
You both do. It doesn't have to be a sprint. It's just kind of just a
A
run.
jog.
Because at this point we're still
Oh, I
getting,
see.
Warm up.
getting warmed up.
Yeah, okay, ready?
There you go.
I win.
Good.
Oh, what?
Nicole beat you.
I'm wearing pants.
Yeah. The last thing is a forward and backwards run.
Okay.
So you're gonna run, accelerate, you're gonna go forward 2 cones and back 1.
Okay.
And forward 2 cones and back 1. So we can all do it together. And again, you're looking for, looking to make sure that your knees are over your hips are over your, your hips are over your knees,
Yeah.
knees on your ankles, your weight centered.
Is that for speed, or is it just you take your time with it, or?
It's a progression, so someone can do it, you want to make sure they're doing it correctly.
Okay,
Just,
yeah,
you know, if you're doing it with a team, you might have people who can do it correctly at a full sprint.
Yeah.
And you might have some people who are struggling to do it at half speed. So
Yeah.
maybe you gotta make sure the athlete gets the form correct, and then they can increase speed once they have that down.
That's
Gotcha.
good. Yeah.
So next we break into phase 2, and phase 2 has 5 exercises, I believe, 6 exercises, but each exercise is a different level of difficulty.
Okay.
So it's I'm not going to get into that because
Yeah.
I'm not that.
Right.
So I'll just go through the exercises. Are a plank, which we all know.
Mhm.
You can also then get into making it more difficult, where you're in the plank position and you alternate. You lift up a leg, one leg at a time, and you just
Yeah.
alternate. And then after that, it's the same thing. The next progression from that would be a plank, and you lift and hold for 20 to 30 seconds
Yeah.
on each side.
Okay.
After that is a side plank, and this one is done a little bit differently than you might think. So the first scenario would be, and we can all do this together. I'm getting on the mat so I don't hurt my knee.
Sure.
I recommend you all do the same. So you're gonna lay on your side, and the first step is you're gonna get your hips off the ground, you're gonna keep your top leg straight, and your bottom knee bent, and you're gonna go up onto your knee,
Oh.
and you're gonna hang out here.
Like that?
Yep, and you're gonna hold that position.
Okay.
After that, the next progression from that would be both legs straight, and they're up onto your feet. And again, we're looking for your,
I'm trying to get your way.
that's okay, we're looking at your knee curl, you're looking to make sure your knees, hips, and shoulder are in a straight line.
Okay.
And you're not
On your
sagging
elbow
down.
or your hand? On your
You're on your
elbow.
elbow.
Oh,
You're not
okay.
sagging down like this,
Mhm.
you're not super arched like this,
Yeah.
your weight centered, your shoulders, your elbows directly under your shoulder are the key points that we're looking for that.
Okay.
And the next progression would be, you're in that same position, and you're gonna lift your top leg up and hold it,
Okay.
which it seems very difficult.
I'm
Yeah.
not trying
I
that.
have not tried that for an extended period of time.
And you do it on each side?
Yep, and you do it on each side.
Okay.
After that is the Nordic hamstring curls. Have you done that?
Mm.
So we can demonstrate it. So
Okay.
who wants to volunteer?
I will.
All right, we actually need both of you.
Oh.
So Chrissy, you're gonna hold your Paul's feet.
Oh, like in this position,
Yeah,
right?
you're gonna be in
Okay.
that position. Chris, so you're gonna have a lot of resistance, so you're gonna want to put some.
All your weight on.
Yeah.
I don't want to rip your.
That's okay.
And then McCall, you're gonna slowly lower your body down into, keeping your shoulders, hips, and knees in a line. There you go, that's fine.
Okay.
And then you're.
Like push back up?
Then you would you can
Oh,
walk yourself
walk.
back up or push yourself back up, whichever.
So just
you
as far as you can go?
prefer. Yep. And then the progression for this, so if you can see McCall is actually hinging at her hips
Yeah.
and not actually going from her knees, so
Yeah.
that's not actually activating the hamstring. So that's something that we would kind of work on with you a little bit.
Right hamstring strength.
Yep,
Okay.
eccentric hamstring strength. And that one, what we do with that is, the progression then becomes, you do 3 to 5 times, then you do 6 to 8, and then 8 to 12.
Yeah.
So just increasing reps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Single leg stance is the next one. So this is where kind of proprioception comes in. You kind of do single leg stance. You're supposed to have a ball. So I brought a ball with me.
Okay.
You do a single leg stance. You hold the ball for, I believe it's a minute on each side.
Mhm.
You switch legs. That's easy. The next progression from that would be you get a partner in the ball. So Chrissy and McCall can be partners. And you're going to bounce on one leg and you're toss it back and forth for a minute on each leg, and you switch legs. Great. And again, we're looking to make sure that your knees slightly bent, you don't have any valgus force, your hips, knees, ankles are in a line.
Mhm.
And the last progression from that becomes, I'll take the ball this time. You're going to balance on one leg, close to your partner. So if you each stand on each side of this line, face each other. And this is more of a competition. So balance on one leg, and you're going to try and make the person step with their opposite leg. So you can like make contact, kind of push them a little bit, and make them fall over. Yeah. And so.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah,
Teammate.
you're athletes. You match up with someone you don't like.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, so that's kind of proprioception, how we get the proprioception, neuromuscular control involved.
Yeah.
Then the next you do is squats. It's a squat progression. So it's your basic squat, shoulder width apart. Again, you're looking for the valgus force, the hips, knees, shoulders in a line.
Mhm.
Yep. And then when you come up, you get up onto your toes. That's the only
Oh.
little variation. With this.
Okay,
Down
cool.
the squat, and on your way up, you come to your toes.
You get a little calf strength in there.
Yes,
Cool.
exactly. Progression from that would be you're just going into a walking lunge, and you would walk this 20 yards.
Just a lunge.
Yep, just
Yeah,
a normal,
okay. Yep.
normal lunge.
Okay.
And then following that, you get a partner for balance, and you're going to do a single leg squat. So you're going down, you can pistol squat, you can squat that way,
Okay.
however you prefer. You guys want to try? You don't have to,
Hold on.
but
But
Oh
you
my
can just do
that's
that.
impressive.
That is.
That's
what-
impressive.
That's not even fair.
You're in pain, it's okay.
That's it, it's the pants.
Yeah.
Then lastly on the list, we have vertical jumps. So the first one is just literally just jumping up vertical.
Oh, okay.
The next step would be more of a bound. So you're kind of bounding side to side.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you guys want to try it, okay?
Sure.
And you're progressively making your way forward.
Okay.
And after that is box jumps. So you're almost jumping in like a square. So you're going to jump, you're going to like leap to the side, leap backwards,
Oh,
and you're making a box.
okay.
Yep. And again, we're looking for the same things.
Almost like landing mechanics stuff too,
Yes,
right?
exactly. But what are the three things I keep saying over and over again that have to be lined up?
Knee, hip, and
Yeah,
ankle.
exactly. That's exactly what we're looking for again on these.
Cool.
Yeah.
Through everything except for maybe the planks is what we're looking for those.
Gotcha.
Then we go into the next phase, which is phase, or part 3, and you're going to be back using the cones again, and all you're doing is, the first one is a 40-yard run at a relatively high speed.
Okay, like it owns the sprint?
Yeah, I'm not going to have you do that because you know the 40 yards to run,
Right.
and you're not going to be able to slow down before you hit the wall.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next one is bounding, so really just kind of getting your knees high, really
just
exaggerating
like a
the
high-
running form.
That?
Not so much.
Or is it like for distance?
It's more like for distance. So
Oh.
it's more like,
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Sorry.
yeah. And again, we're looking for hips, knees, and your weight's over your leg is your stance leg.
Yeah, gotcha.
And the last one that we have is a plant and cut. So I will demonstrate and you guys can go.
Okay, you do-
We're going to need to go one at a time.
Okay.
And this one, we're going to go, normally we do this at full speed. We're going to slow it down because of the space we have available.
Sure, yeah.
But you're just running, plant, in and out of the cones.
Okay, it's like a weave.
Yep. And this time you can have your knee, outside your hips, but you want your ankle, knee, hip to be in a straight line. Yeah, perfect. And that's the FIFA 11 Plus.
Nice. All right.
Do you guys have any questions about it at all?
How much have you utilized this in your own practice?
I have not actually been able to use it yet because
Yeah.
I came into, I shouldn't say I haven't been able to use it yet. I haven't used it yet because the soccer teams generally have a lot of culture to them,
Sure.
and I didn't get to I haven't worked in soccer. I've been on a soccer team,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
haven't worked with a soccer team that hasn't already started their season, and it would be something I want to implement in the preseason
Right.
phase,
Absolutely.
right when I come in. So I haven't used it yet, but I've done a decent amount of research on it, and
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you would.
I'm going to try and implement it in the near future.
Well, cool. Great.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
I went over.